From DocuSign, this is Developer Release Notes, API and Developer Updates for November 2020. I'm Larry Kluger, Lead Developer Advocate for DocuSign. Welcome to this new DocuSign Developer video series. Our goal with these videos is to highlight developer and API news both for eSignature and for the entire DocuSign Agreement Cloud. See the show notes for links for more information about the topics in this video. We're interested in your comments. Please leave a comment with the video on YouTube. New products and tools. First up, DocuSign Monitor is a new product to assist you in protecting your agreements with near real-time activity tracking. You can detect potential issues by tracking account activity to identify potential threats with rules-based alerts, investigate incidents, and determine next steps with ready access to in-depth, actionable information. Respond quickly to issues and mitigate risk by taking decisive action once a threat is verified. DocuSign Monitor includes an API and a connector for Splunk. The screenshot is from Splunk connected to DocuSign Monitor. Initial availability for DocuSign Monitor is the US and Canada. Contact your DocuSign salespeople for more information. And the new DocuSign Monitor API is available now in the Developer Center. Use the API to integrate DocuSign Monitor with your company-specific security, information, and event management system. The API dashboard is a new feature for developers. The API dashboard provides analytics on your overall application API call performance. You can drill down for details on your API calls. The dashboard is available for both developer and production accounts. To access the dashboard from an integration key, go to the eSignature Settings tool, that's the eSignature Administration tool, then the Apps and Keys page, then click on the Actions menu for an integration key as shown in the screenshot. The JSON to SDK tool is a new developer tool from the DocuSign Developer Advocacy team. Use the tool to instantly convert eSignature REST envelopes create JSON requests to their SDK equivalents. The tool supports C#, Java, Node, PHP, Python, Ruby, and VB.NET. The tool includes language-specific frameworks to quickly try out the code. It is available from JSON to SDK.dshackathon.com. The tool is open source and the source code is available on GitHub. Support update. Good news, the DocuSign developer support team is now monitoring and responding to unanswered Stack Overflow questions about the DocuSign API. Be sure to tag your question with DocuSign API. Asking your API question on Stack Overflow is the fastest way to receive an answer. Remember to ask a specific question and include the relevant code, API logs, and other information with your question. eSignature updates. Advanced Recipient Routing is a set of new eSignature API features. Conditional recipients enables alternate signers based on a condition, for example, depending on the value of a field. Additional signers based on a field value or condition, and the corollary, omitting a signer based on a condition or rule. You can also choose among sets of signers based on a field value or condition. Advanced recipient routing also includes the ability to pause and resume a signature workflow. Pausing and then resuming an envelopes routing has many uses, including scheduling the sending of envelopes to some subset of recipients at a specific time, enforcing a wait period before a signer can sign, and my favorite, implementing part of a signature workflow via an application outside of DocuSign. For example, pausing a workflow, then looking up data in an external database, adding the data to the envelope, and then resuming the workflow. We've updated the Go Live process with two changes. First is a new last-in analysis. Now your application's most recent 20 API calls within the last 30 days will be reviewed for compliance. We no longer ask you to set a date for your test API calls. We've also updated the Go Live application review user experience. We're updating the Connect Failure Queue feature. It will now record failures for the previous 15 days rather than the previous 30 days. If you're having a problem with webhook failures, then I suggest that you switch to using an intermediate platform as a service system such as AWS or Azure to buffer the notifications. This will bring your failure rate down to 0. We have articles and code examples on how to set up this type of Connect architecture. And the best news is that the cost is $0 per month if you use AWS. Azure would be under $10 per month. See the show notes for more information. We've made a change to the eSignature REST API regarding the document ID attribute. Previously, multiple documents within a request's documents attribute could use the same document ID. This will no longer be allowed within the documents array. See the attributes in red at the top of the example JSON. Multiple composite templates can include document attributes that use the same document ID attribute. For example, see the attributes outlined in green. eSignature SDK updates. The eSignature REST API SDKs and the Swagger file have been updated to API v2.1 release 20.3.01. That's the October 2020 release. All are now in general availability except for the Ruby SDK. It has a release candidate. The various package managers have been updated too. For the Node SDK, we fixed an out-of-memory issue that occurred when deserializing large files. That's bug report DCM-4614. DocuSign Rooms updates. SDKs for the DocuSign Rooms API are now available. The SDKs implement the Rooms API version v2-1.0.7. The SDKs are available from package managers. They're open source. See the repositories on GitHub. We've also added new Rooms API examples to the Quick Start example launchers. New information for developers. We've updated the eSignature Apex toolkit for Salesforce, the documentation, by adding 2 new articles on authentication and consent. Remember that links for all of the new content are included with this video's show notes. We also have a new video for developers, bulk sending with the Apex toolkit. We've updated the Getting Started guide for the iOS SDK. It includes example code for Objective-C and Swift. Another new developer video has been published. It demonstrates the C# Quick Start code examples. That's it for this month. Please leave your comments about the video on YouTube. Stay up to date with the DocuSign developer team by subscribing, watching, and reading our different developer content channels. And don't forget to check this video's show notes for links to all the subjects I've discussed today. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for developing with DocuSign.